This guy, he's going through it. Somebody check on Cassie's husband, man, because that guy, he's sitting here witnessing everything, man. He's a victim at this point. What's going on, everyone? I'm Darren, and this is the Woke Spokesman Show. Today, we got a few topics to go through. It's a lot going on in the news this week. I don't know if that's by design or just the universe, but it's a lot of drama going on, and your boy gonna let you know the spill on what's really happening in this entertainment industry. A lot of the stuff that's going on with these so-called celebrities and public figures. First, we're gonna get into the news that broke earlier in the week about DDG and his former girlfriend, Halle. This is my first time ever even saying the girl's name, so forgive me if I'm butchering it, but some drama broke out between him and his baby mother, and it's looking like it's going to take a nasty turn. So we're going to go over a few details. I'm going to give you my opinions on what's going on, and I'd like you guys to also comment, let me know your thoughts on this situation as well. So this brother here, he made a very bad mistake. Let's get into it. DDG appeared to be a proud father up until now. Earlier on in the kid's life, I guess him and Halle, whatever the girl name is, they had a kid and they named the little boy Halo. So Halo had a first birthday and everybody's celebrating, you know, it's very harmonious. And they did a little spoof where they rented Halo a Ferrari, and they said that was his birthday present, which we all knew it was cap. Ain't nobody finna buy no 1-year-old a damn Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Like, neither one of the parents probably even owned a Ferrari, but that's neither here nor there. So moving along, everybody's happy, you know. Everybody's like la 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 la, having a good time with this baby. Some drama, I guess, recently sparked off. Let's really back it up a little bit. So DDG and the girl announced that they going their separate ways. They really made a press release where it was really like professionally typed, you know. I guess their PR teams both made statements and came out and really said what was going on with the two of them. So they shared this statement to all the blogs, you know, the shade rooms, the complexes, World Star, stuff like that, you know. It's certain outlets where different celebrities kind of dwell in their spaces online, and that's where all their stans and followers kind of hurdle together. So the statement came out, you know, a lot of people was surprised, some people was disappointed, some people wasn't that shocked, you know. So boom, this was a couple months ago, you know. I'm not really gonna drag this along too long because I mean, I stay business and, you know, a lot of people already got the info. So boom, they break up and, you know, the baby is like hella young, which I mean, in most cases, you know, in black families and situations, sometimes, you know, things don't always work out, you know, once a child is brought into the situation. Everything is cool, it seems, you know. We're seeing DDG with the baby on stream and Haley's, you know, doing things, traveling with the baby, and we just like, oh, okay, they peaceful, you know, they co-parenting, peaceful. This is what, the middle of May, and now we get reports that DDG kind of got around Halle and strong-armed her one time, I guess. Allegedly, pictures surfaced that she had a big bruise on her arm, and then she took a close-up pic of her grill. She had like a little small baby chip in her front tooth. You know, I don't know if she was eating a chicken bone or what the case may be, but it's not looking good for our boy DDG if this is what she's presenting to the courts. So things began to progress really fast with this situation. she already applied for a restraining order against dude, and that got approved by the judge. And now we hearing that she's seeking full custody of the baby. And they pretty much trying to just wash this dude to the wayside, like just treat him like a sperm donor, you know? They washed his ass, and now he on stream like acting shocked, and they put a gag order on him. Part of the restraining order is that he can't mention the baby, her family, or the baby mom on stream or in social media. I guess, like, you know, these guys have a big following and whatnot, so they can kind of like sway the narrative with their fans and stuff if they really like saying things that's not really too favorable to the next party. So it's really like, damn, bro, it's really like he thought this shit was gonna work out, you know? He thought that she was gonna be a positive mother moving forward, and he wasn't gonna have to experience what other black men had to experience in these situations. But it's all dawning on him that it's like, you're not exempt, bro. And it's fucked up, because it's like, it would have been cool, you know, if they could have worked it out peacefully off social media without all the drama. So since he wasn't able to really speak on her in the past few days on social media, so far his mother has come forward, his sister has come forward with things to add and interject into this situation online. His brother has spoken up on his behalf. One of his homeboys I seen just came out and said, shit, Halle used to put hands on DDG. And I'm like, damn, this is like the sweet little like mermaid girl, you know? Like, who would expect her to really be like lashing out at a man? But, you know, in some cases, women want to buck up to men and chest up to them and, you know, put themselves in the shoes like they wear the pants. So it really gets nasty sometimes. And it's a lot of stuff going on, you know. This woman he's dealing with is kind of like from the higher ups, you know. She's from like Beyonce and them's tutelage. Like, they pretty much came up under her, like studying her vocalism and all of that stuff. I don't know the bond and connection they have, but I do know that they know each other, they friends. So if people is like, damn, Rock Nation and all this did this to Tory, like, what you think they gonna do to DDG? If she come to Beyonce like, look, I need some lawyers, I need to get this dude up out of here so I could just enjoy life with my son, it might be a wrap for the dude. But I don't want to speculate, man. You know, all of this stuff is just alleged. We just gonna leave it up to the courts, man, and just see how this shit play out. You know me, man. It's the woke spokesman, man. I don't really have a dog in the fight, so I just tell the news how it comes in. I just give you the facts, give you a little piece of my opinions and what I grasp is going on, and I just leave it up to God. Halle Bailey secured a temporary restraining order Tuesday against rapper DDG, alleging that the father of their son Halo was abusive throughout their 2-year relationship and has continued to behave badly since they broke up last year. Behaving badly. Wow. That's a crime. Quote, throughout our relationship and continuing to date, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive towards me. She said in court documents reviewed by the Times, I am seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halo from this ongoing abuse. Golly. She add all of the notionalies and physically, verbally, emotionally, financially. How do you financially abuse somebody that's richer than you? But, you know, that's their situation, bro. It's that baby mama, baby daddy drama shit, you know, you don't want to be a part of. In her declaration, Bailey accused DDG of bad-mouthing her to his millions of fans on Twitch and YouTube whenever he wants to cause upset. Wants to cause upset. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means, Bailey, but okay. And oh God. See, this is why y'all don't want to be on social media and be popular and shit. with your business, because it's like, this shit's weird. He claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans. He goes live, ranting about me and alleges that I am keeping Halo from him. This is false. I have requested a set schedule, which he refuses. Well, then that's where you fucked up, G. Because now she get full custody. That child support gonna hit, bruh. Frequently calls her a B. She's evil. She also detailed one physical altercation from January of this year. I mean, all baby daddies do that, man. Shit, you know, it's just part of the game, man. What she do to him? Let me hear what she did to him, man. What she do to DDG, man? Shit. Rip holes all through his drawers. Go through his cell phones. What she do, man? Pour bleach in his cereal? What this girl done did to this boy, man? Nah, this is nuts, though, you know. Prayers to all parties involved. And, you know, I'm sorry that society has to come to this. This is a lengthy report here, so we're not going to go through this whole report. He's a good brother, man. So I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but, you know, more reports and more details have emerged in the Tory Lanez stabbing that took place while he was in prison. Apparently at 7 a.m., Tory was in the prison and he was greeted by a Hispanic prisoner that was actually serving life. We just found out. And the guy just came up on him and assaulted him, man, with a shank. Shanked him 14 times in the ribs, the neck, the back of the head, the side of the face, all over the place, man. So he was like barely clinging to life when they airlifted him up out of the prison to the hospital somewhere in Bakersfield, they said. This brother Tory Lanez, man, he was moving and maneuvering, maintaining his prison sentence on the yard without protective custody. Like, not too many celebrities get in there and really maneuver and do that unless they like seniors or something. So he was really like running the prison yards because he had that bread and he was putting money on cats' books allegedly and helping cats out with commissary during Thanksgiving and just being, you know, a real stand-up one to the ones that was looking out for him. You know, apparently he had some people that, you know, was down for the protection. I don't want to say too much, man, because that's prison politics. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be like these other bloggers and just get to spilling all the beans and shit just because I'm out here free and they in there and they feel like can't nobody touch them or they not affected by none of this shit. I'm really just gonna kind of like keep it brief and keep it straight to the facts and what's really laid out through the news and all that. Like, I'm not gonna talk about what he said, she said, because that's not my place. So he went to the hospital with 2 collapsed lungs and then later on was able to breathe on his own without a respirator. This shit crazy, bro. So now it's coming out that the guy that stabbed him up was serving murder for killing his underage girlfriend. He was 20 at the time and the girl was 13 and he shot her up with a shotgun. So these are the type of people that they got our boy Tory Lanez moving and maneuvering around up there in prison. And it's like, once you in there, you just in the melting pot, man, with all these psychos and all these maniacs and whatnot. So he's really blessed to, you know, possibly be recovering from this situation because this dude has already killed before. He tried to take the boy's life, but God had other plans. He does have a hell of a team behind him because now they're spinning narratives and new details are coming out that no one expected. It's like random. They're saying the limo driver that night overheard the young girl, Kelsey, who also was in the vehicle when Meg got shot. They overheard her telling somebody that she was the one that pulled the trigger and she shot Meg in the feet. I don't know, man. This is kind of random. It's like kind of all of a sudden coming out, but who knows if this information will help Tory Lanez be released from prison at this juncture in his life where he has just been stabbed and almost lost his ability to walk this earth, it seems this information is coming out to sway the narrative or the judicial system to free him and exonerate him of his crimes. Tell me what y'all think. Do you guys believe this news that it was really Kelsey who pulled the trigger and Tory Lanez was the fall guy? I mean, it could be true, you know. Who knows? So on top of that, Meg's lawyer also made a statement, which we'll get into in a few. The lawyer pretty much tried to counter what Tory's attorney and father came out and said during a press conference earlier yesterday. So it's a lot of he say, she say. So it happened in 2020. He was convicted in 2023. And now we're in 2025 and details are still emerging. So it's like, man, y'all just get it all out, man. Just say what the fuck happened and let's just move past this shit. You know, is he guilty? Is he not guilty? Did Meg lie again? Or is she really the victim? Kelsey, is she gonna do some time if she really pulled the trigger? Because they gave her ass immunity. What the hell is really going on, bro? I don't know, man. I stay in these sheets and out the streets. For real. So they saying this whole ordeal may cause a race riot. He touched one of our own. So they saying behind the walls, there's repercussions for this. For coming up and just doing bodily harm to a guy. No drama behind it, just an unprovoked attack. So we're going to see, you know, in the next few days and weeks to come what type of trickle-down effects this has. If Tory Lanez may get transferred to another prison, is this assailant guy the one who committed the crime? Is he going to get a higher sentence? He was supposed to be eligible for parole in, I guess, 25 years or some shit. I don't know, man. They're definitely going to take that eligibility away from him, and he'll just be serving life with no parole. So he fucked up, you know? So why would they do this? What's the purpose? Like we said, you know, he's feeding his guys. And there's another group of guys who's not eating off of this branch. So they're like looking like, let's take him out, you know, take out the strongest link. That's usually how it works. It's not like you chopping a tree where you start at the bottom. With this, you got to start at the top. Tory Lanez was the top guy. He's a millionaire running around prison, freelancing and just having his way. You know what I mean? So they had to do something about that, I guess, allegedly. Yeah, so we got the statement from Meg's attorney. And he sent it directly to XXL for some reason. Like, you know, they're the highest credible source out there. But, you know, I guess, you know. So we're going to go over this statement he sent briefly. And it reads, Megan Thee Stallion's attorney, Alex Sparrow, has released the following statement to XXL about Tory Lanez attorneys now claiming to have evidence that proves Megan was shot by Kelsey Harris. Quote, Tory Lanez was tried and convicted by a jury of his peers, and his case was properly adjudicated through the court system. This is not a political matter. This is a case of a violent assault that was resolved in the court of law. Quote. So there you have it. The lawyers responded swiftly to the video that came out of Tory Lanez's father and his attorneys. And this is their remarks. I guess they're pretty much trying to step on whatever they said earlier and pretty much just squash that and say, look, man, this thing has been tried in the court of law. This is not a political matter. You're trying to sway things with, you know, Tory Lanez and sympathy, but this is what it is, basically. That's what they're saying. So we're going to see what comes out after this, how his team handles this, and what's the next move in this whole saga.
Jury selection is underway in one of the most high-profile court cases in years, the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. The media mogul and Grammy Award-winning rapper is inside a New York City courtroom where he faces charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transporting to engage in prostitution. All of those charges centering around what the prosecutor alleges were elaborate and produced sex performances known as freak-offs. Combs has pled not guilty, and he has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Joining me now is NBC's Rahema Ellis, who is outside the courthouse for us, and former Brooklyn and Queens prosecutor and defense attorney Deanna Paul. Okay, Rahema, take us inside court. What's been happening there?
Well, one of the things I want to say, Chris, is that in defense of Sean Diddy Combs, his lawyers are saying that these accusers are ex-girlfriends and all of the sex was consensual, it was a part of consensual relationships. We've just found out that the jurors have taken a lunch break that's going to be for about an hour. There's been questioning going on for about 3.5 hours, with the exception of one short break. And several names have come up during the course of this, celebrity names such as Kanye West, Michael B. Jordan, and the actor Mike Myers. None of them have been accused of anything, and we don't know exactly why these names are coming up, that they're asking the prospective jurors if they have any knowledge of these people. Many of them said yes. That's not surprising. They are, after all, celebrities. We want to show you also some sketches we have of Diddy Combs. You'll see him. He is in the courtroom. He is not wearing that prison outfit that he was assigned when he was arrested back in September, but instead he's in a white collared shirt, a black crew neck sweater, gray slacks, and he is clean shaven with the exception of a little gray goatee, and his hair is gray. He was going gray before he went into prison, but in prison they're not allowed to use hair dye, so his hair is more natural at this point. So lots of questions have been going on. Several jurors have been excused for one reason or another. Many others who did say they knew about Diddy, they know about the charges that he's been accused of, but they said they had not formed an opinion. And one person said that he is presumed innocent until proven otherwise. That's where we are at this point. Chris?
Did he or didn't he do it? So the trial for P. Diddy Combs has started this week, and it's got everyone talking and chattering throughout the social media sphere. And details are coming out. Unfortunately, this case is a federal trial, so there's no cameras admitted into the court. We have to rely on these makeshift sketches they're putting out there and second party accounts of what happened and hearsay. So this is how we're pretty much getting bird fed all this information within the P. Diddy sex trafficking Rico trial. I must say it's more so boiling down to a Diddy versus Cassie type of thing, because she's the main person feeding out all the information, giving everyone the details about what took place during that freak off era. I must say, man, there's some crazy things coming out. I'm hearing a lot of people saying that this is some stuff that they didn't even want to hear. It's like they learning about Diddy, hearing things that they not really interested in knowing. So many weird, crazy things. It's like, you can't make this up. The girl Cassie said they ran out of 10 big bottles of baby oil one night. How the hell you use 10 big bottles of baby oil? That stuff is so highly concentrated. What are you doing with this shit? Washing dishes? So I'm like, some of this stuff is hard to believe, but hey, man, I mean, if that's how they live, that's their lifestyle, then I mean, we just gotta hear it and take it as a grain of salt. I don't know, man. I'm not the judge. I'm glad I wasn't called to be a jury in this case, because I probably would have just walked out like, fuck this shit. So basically, more details are coming out in this case, and it appears that the boy Diddy was a real kinky guy, just to say the least. From what I've heard, this guy was a voyeur. You know, they call it being a cuck, where you like to watch your significant other be fucked, you know, by another male or female. That's some crazy stuff right there. And then the things he was watching Cassie do was just off the wall. So I got some notes here I took, because it's so much stuff that I can't really keep up with it all. And I got my own problems and shit going on. So they hired male models from Craigslist, and the male's job was to strictly come to the freak off and pee all on Cassie and give her golden showers. And P. Diddy specifically detailed he wants them to piss in her mouth, allegedly. It's like, dude, this is your girl, man. Why you got these guys pissing in her mouth? What do you get out of that? What the fuck, man? So it just gets worse, man. Some of this stuff I really don't want to say because I got a daughter and, you know, I don't want her to accidentally click on this video or hear me editing this shit in the house and be like, what? And so the news finally broke the amount Cassie received in her settlement with Diddy, I believe earlier in the year or late 2024. And that amount was $20 million for her pain and suffering. And I believe, you know, he paid her off real quick. Like, her lawyer called him and said, yo, we finna file this thing. We finna take you to court. And Diddy said, what? Okay, bet. Wires the money instantaneously. 20 M's. So, you know, anybody saying 20 M's to a victim or someone that you wronged or sexually abused and trafficked, that's supposed to be hush money. Well, I guess it wasn't enough, or the feds must have twisted her arm because they got her ass up there on that stand and she doing a lot of talking. I'd be damned if I pay a victim 20 M's and they up here ratting on me still. Shit, I'ma feel like a damn fool. She finessed the fuck out of him. That nigga could have kept them 20 million and used it towards his lawyer fees. But, you know, she's the victim, I guess, allegedly. So, you know, that's just a little small drop in the bucket for her suffering and what she had to go through. And I just seen a post, you know, not too long ago before we kicked the show off saying that dude tried to blow Kid Cudi car up. He threatened Al B. Sure's life. The hotel hallway clip dropped. It's a full 15 minutes, unedited. It's online. You know, me, myself, personally, I won't be watching the clip. I seen, you know, the little snippets that came out, and that was enough for me, you know, to really, like, put my imagination on what was going on and put myself there. So 15 minutes of a woman being beat and dragged in a hallway, that's probably something I'm not interested in watching. But, you know, for some odd reason, they just decided to drop the clip, you know, for the trial. They say the video originally came out because some sheriff or somebody made a copy of it just to show his wife. So that's how the clip ended up coming out also, which is weird. Like, people using this shit for entertainment or something. Like a woman getting her brains beat out in a hallway and you just want to go show your wife. You don't want to report this. There's a really famous celebrity here just whooping the shit out of his girlfriend in a hallway, man, like draped in a towel. But that's how they handle things. So the Florida Trump Hotel shooter is now claiming that he was also involved in these sex acts with Diddy and Cassie. He claims to be one of their sex slaves. So it's like, this is random in itself. He must have really had PTSD and been going crazy when he went up to the Trump Hotel and decided to just shoot that thing up. I'm not sure if he's trying to be subpoenaed to court just to get out of jail for his crime he just recently did, or he trying to interject himself in some sick, twisted shit. I don't know, man. I'm not really believing this guy right now. We're going to have to wait to hear his testimony, see what's going on with that. So Cassie ends up taking the stand. She really dropped a lot of information, man. She dropped some shit on him. So she's claiming that these freak-offs would last up to 48 hours long. Can you imagine a damn orgy or just a freak-off going from morning till night, till morning till night, and then you just wake up like fucking half dead and shit. They say people in that joint pumping IVs in their arms, and they gotta have a chef bring them food, and they taking opiates afterwards. Nigga, I wouldn't take an opiate just on the humbug. The fuck I'm gonna take an opiate after a 48-hour orgy? Like, I'm gonna need to go lay down and sit in a hot tub or something. Shit. And why is it 48 hours? You ever do 2-3 rounds with a broad? Like, you done. You done for a couple days. You ain't just finna have no marathon sex and do all that unless you just offer some Viagra or something. You done took a whole case of honey packs. What was these dudes on? Like, what's up with this guy, man? Diddy, like, he got a real, like, fetish, man, for this shit, bro. Dude, like, golly. One time they showed a clip of him urinating, and he was just, like, acting like he was having an orgasm. Like, I'm sure that's somewhere on the internet. I'm not gonna pull it up, but dude was acting funny just off of a piss. So he's like really sensitive with this shit, man. He must have been abused as a kid or something. I don't know. Allegedly, this dude Diddy was moving like a real like villain of Gotham or some shit, man. Bro really was a real narcissist, man. He didn't want nobody to have no fun but him. Now that we went through all the details in the Diddy case, it's set for Thursday at 9:30 a.m. on the dot. It says in quotation marks, Diddy's defense is going to cross-examine Cassie Ventura. So they're going to really ask her a lengthy amount of questions and really pick her brains and try to find any flaws in her statements. They say Diddy's up there coming in court throwing up heart emojis and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, to his family. This dude is just desperate at this point. He's up there reading the Bible, taking long bathroom breaks, admitting to the judge that he's fucking nervous. Like, dude, you ain't never been on a Fed trial? Nigga, you making yourself look guilty as hell. Yeah, so, I mean, they got some remarks and notes right here, but we done covered enough of this nonsense. It's too much stuff people don't really care about. It's like Cassie, she was a baddie, and now they pretty much ruined it for us. They took our baddie, you know, this nice, angelic woman, and now she looks like a damn ran-through hag. Cassie reports having so much sex and oral contact, she had sores in her mouth that wouldn't go away. Antibacterial wouldn't work. God damn. The trainer ended up with Cassie. He kind of was the knight in shining armor. He came and got Cassie and swept her away from Diddy. They got married. She's pregnant by this guy. And he kind of like has to take the leftovers, you know. And he's sitting here in court every day just hearing all these details about what his wife has been up to prior to them getting together, and it's like probably just making him throw up inside of his mouth. Yeah, man, this guy, he's going through it. Somebody check on Cassie's husband, man, because that guy, he's shit. He's sitting here witnessing everything, man. He's a victim at this point. Diddy did everybody, man. He done got over and they're trying to get him off, so we'll see the outcome. These are all three black men who pretty much clashed with other black women, as you can see. And the shit didn't work out in nobody's favor. Nobody wins. So we all just got to get along. And if we can't love, we got to move on and just wish each other the best. That's all I can say, you know. These are some very strange cases of events. And this really gives you a deep dive and a close eye into the Hollywood lifestyle. Many seek and chase this lifestyle on a daily basis, but you have to step back. You have to zoom out and take a look at what's going on. And so many random things can occur. You must ask yourself, do I really want to be a part of this world? This sick, twisted, Illuminati type of world? Many will choose yes. Many people want to be at these galas and at these award shows. But a lot of people don't know what comes with this lifestyle. I pray you guys really have a good head on your shoulders and you're strong. You have real strong willpower. You make the right decisions, you know, moving forward in your entertainment careers. Don't sign the wrong deal. Don't be greedy. Don't be in a rush to progress your lifestyle for some chump change. This is really going to bite you in the butt later on down the line. As you see, many men has been met their demise at the hands of making bad mistakes, dealing with promiscuous women, underage women, So understand what this lifestyle comes with and choose wisely. Red or blue pill. You live and you learn. I quote that from Jay-Z. We're going to conclude the show. I appreciate everyone for watching. I am Darren, and this has been the Woke Spokesman Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We got a really dope giveaway going on right now. You're not going to want to miss out on that. You got the opportunity to win a whole entire outfit from Winning Season Collection. Hat, shirt, whatever. You might get some socks, anything, man. So don't miss out on that giveaway. We will be selecting the winners in June, and we're going to have a giveaway every month. We also have a giveaway for top commenters. So drop your comments. Keep it respectful. This is the Woke Spokesman Show, and we're going to get up out of here. Y'all stay blessed out there. Hey, and remember, stay woke or you might go broke. Yeah. Yeah.